Hello everyone and welcome to a brand new Fallout 4 build, the Deadshot Merc. If you're looking to cause a bit of chaos and go wild in the Commonwealth, then this is the build for you. The Deadshot Merc has 1 strength, 8 perception, 1 endurance, charisma and intelligence, 10 agility and 7 luck. I've really min-maxed things here. This does include the special book in Sanctuary, which you should make sure to grab at the start of every playthrough. You hear that people who always comment going, "Oh, this is one more special point, just grab the special book, first thing you should do." Sorry, I'll get back on the script. Additionally, you're going to need to get the Perception Bobblehead early on in order to pick up one of the perks. Other than that, all bobbleheads, magazines and the like are technically optional, but always worth getting nonetheless. The main perks for this build are Gunslinger, Action Girl, Gun Fu, Bloody Mess, Better Criticals, Critical Banker, and Grim Reaper's Sprint. First, and arguably most important, is the Gunslinger perk. This is the main damage perk of the build, but also comes with the bonuses of increased range, a chance to cripple limbs, and the possibility of disarming your foes, which is the best part. Next up is Action Girl, increasing the speed at which your AP bar refills. It's a simple one, but absolutely critical for a VATS-based character. One that's more flashy is Gun Fu. This will let you deal bonus damage when fighting multiple foes. Once you hit your 4th target in VATS, you also get instant crits when the perk's maxed out. But you're gonna want to make sure those crits really pack a punch, so we've also got Bloody Mess and Better Criticals. The former gives a small amount of bonus damage all the time, while the latter gives a large boost to the damage of your crits. As critical hits are such a big part of the build, I've also thrown in Critical Banker. Another straightforward one, each rank letting you store an extra critical hit. The final main perk is Grim Reaper's Sprint. This will give you a chance to instantly refill your AP bar whenever you kill an enemy, helping you to jump in and out of VATS without waiting around for the bar to recharge. The additional perks for your build are Awareness, Penetrator, Quick Hands, Scrounger, Mysterious Stranger, and Idiot Savant. The first rank of the Awareness perk isn't really one I pay attention to, but the second rank will give you 5% higher chance to hit in VATS, along with 5% more damage, which are both great bonuses. The Penetrator perk is absolutely amazing when it decides it's gonna work. Being able to ignore cover puts you at a major advantage over your enemy, but I found there were some instances where the bullets would still impact on the object, even when VATS claimed it would go through and hit the enemy. Next perk is Quick Hands. Reload faster, gain 10 extra action points. Simple benefits that keep you shooting faster than your enemy. The Scrounger perk is here to try and keep you stocked up on ammo. The main type you'll be using is .44, which is a little rare, so Scrounger will give you some more as you go. The final rank also gives you a chance to refill all the shots you spent when you fire the last bullet in your gun, keeping you stocked up without even needing to do anything. As you spend almost all your combat encounters in VATS, it made sense to throw in the Mysterious Stranger perk. While never something you can rely on, this can sometimes be a huge benefit in a clinch situation. And finally, we have Idiot Savant. With so many different perks to grab and such low intelligence, you're gonna want an extra boost in leveling. Pick this perk early on and you'll find yourself leveling at a strong rate. The weapon you'll be using with this build is Kellogg's Pistol. This is a powerful .44 revolver, with the added effect of refilling your action points whenever you land a crit. This is absolutely perfect for the build, but there are a couple of points to consider. First is that you don't have the gun nut perk, so you'll be wanting to keep an eye out for similar pistols with better receivers on them to strip off and add to your own gun. Second point is that ammo is scarce, so you should consider grabbing a secondary pistol to use in low risk encounters. For me, this was literally just a 10mm I found on an enemy early on, and would switch to if I was fighting something weak like rad roaches, or needed to clear out some mines. As for armour, we've got a much wider selection. For under armour, we're wearing Wrap and Ragged Pants, obtainable in Nuka World, which grant +2 agility. We're also wearing some bog standard sunglasses, which provide a bonus point of perception. On to legendaries now, and I'm going to list all the important ones at once. We've got the Champion Right Arm, Mantis Left Greave, and Wastelander's Chest Piece, which each grant +1 agility and perception. We then have the Overseer's Left Arm Guard, which reduces VATS cost by 10%. Finally, I throw on the Wastelander's right leg, which reduces damage from super mutants. This piece can easily be switched out with something else. It was more so just a case of an easy to grab piece to fill out the armour slots. All in all, this combination will provide us +5 agility, +4 perception, 10% reduced VATS cost, and 15% less damage from super mutants. Damage and energy resistances aren't top priority with this character, so the mods on the pieces aren't too important, but try to get stuff such as lighter build for the extra action points. When it comes to factions, there's not all that much to say for this character. She's not going to dedicate herself to any cause, but will happily perform jobs for any of the factions in order to get paid. Those she'll have most in common with are the Nuka World Raiders, so you'll definitely be wanting to play through that DLC. If you want some added fun, you could choose to side with the Minutemen in the main story, build up their settlements, and then return post-game with a squad of raiders to conquer the settlements which have turned against you. When it comes to followers for this character, there's one clear-cut option: MacCready. Not only is he a mercenary in his own right, but his companion perk increases VATS headshot accuracy by 20%, making it far easier for you to get one-shot kills. MacCready also happens to be a fairly fun and interesting character, with one of the more advanced character's quests, so well worth picking up just to experience that. The playstyle of this character is that of a VATS Gunslinger. In every single combat encounter, you want to spend nearly all of your time in VATS. Ideally, you won't be shooting anyone manually once you're past the mid-20s. When you are fighting, you want to constantly be dipping in and out of VATS, using the brakes to duck behind cover and reload or heal up whenever necessary. In the early levels, you may also need to use these opportunities to regen your action points. When it comes to keeping yourself safe, this will also be achieved through VATS. While you're in the cinematic camera, firing at an enemy negates nearly all of the damage you would normally take, making you nigh on unkillable. My playtesting was all done on very hard difficulty, and there were 2 instances where I died, both of which were from an enemy with a fat man who was able to launch it before I started shooting from within VATS. When going back and fighting these enemies again, I still got hit by a mini-nuke, but managed to easily tank it just because I was looking like a badass and shooting my gun. VATS defense is overpowered, and is the reason you don't need much armor for this build. Onto damage now, and as with all high luck VATS builds, make sure to use your crits on the tougher enemies, and focus on building up the bar against more standard troops. You can also use your secondary pistol in order to build up crits, and as .44 ammo can be somewhat scarce, make sure to pick up all the ammo you find and trade the spare with merchants for some extra .44. In terms of roleplaying, things are real simple. If there's a job available which you think will pay out, then take it. Morals don't really come into play. You're just looking to get by in this new world using what you're good at. The Deadshot Merc had always been a bit of a rebel. During her teenage years, she spent her time hanging out with a band of friends and her boyfriend. They'd get their kicks by stealing from local shops, fighting other teens, and taking chems. Both the law and their parents would try and stop them, but to little avail. At one point, her boyfriend was drafted into the military by his parents in an attempt to straighten him out. Once he was back though, he went straight back to Deadshot, now all trained up and happy to pass on what Uncle Sam taught him. As their antics went from teenage rebellion to full-on criminal acts, they started to find jobs to match with their elevated status. One such job was a bank robbery up in New Hampshire, which should have been pretty simple. The pair had 4 others with them. There was going to be minimal security, everything sounded great. But the best laid plans of mice and men often go awry. Things got a little heated, which led to one of the guards scuffling with the Deadshot's other half. During the fight, she heard her shot and her boyfriend scream out in pain. Instinctively, she fired at the guard, putting a bullet straight through his head. She ran over to her boyfriend's side and found he'd taken a bullet to the knee and was unable to stand. The police were closing in and he told her to run, knowing that she wouldn't get away with him slowing her down. And so she ran. The police captured her boyfriend, but all the others escaped. The one captive the police got kept his mouth shut, ensuring the safety of his co-conspirators. but also guaranteeing his sentence. In order to get her boyfriend out early, the Deadshot Merc started studying the law, looking for any legal loophole or technicality which could cut his sentence short. In the end, she studied for years and earned a degree, becoming a lawyer purely to be able to defend him in court, and, after over half a decade, she is able to land an appeal and win it, freeing her boyfriend. In the post-freedom celebration, the pair ends up marrying and having a child. During this time, they also need to lay low, leaving their life of crime behind, at least until the heat is off them. What they don't know is that a different kind of heat is about to rain down over all of America. And there we have it, a Fallout 4 build in late 2021. Hope you all enjoyed it. While waiting for Starfield to launch, I'm pursuing more one-off projects which I'm interested in, so make sure to take a look at my recent uploads for some fun videos, including one where I go through some of the worst comments on my channel, and a video essay critiquing the OSTs of the Fallout franchise. Take a guess on which one was the more controversial video! I'm also live streaming at completely random times, so feel free to subscribe if you want to watch me play video games. Because, you know, that's cool or whatever, I don't care, just do what you want, like, share, yeah. As always, thanks for watching. Sarge out.